Good morning. It's June 28th. June 28th. It's been months since I've filmed, and I just been waiting for the perfect day to start filming again. And I told myself, just do it. There might not be super exciting stuff happening, but you miss editing, you miss recording, so here we are. I will throw in the old footage from months ago now at this point. There's a couple clips, and maybe I'll talk about it later. There's a couple clips of me at the last art show I did and the last art fair that I did. Right now I'm just walking the dog. We're in Old Salem, beautiful Old Salem, taking nice long morning walks because it gets so hot during the day and it's just not enjoyable for either of us. So we're taking a nice long morning walk, catching up on podcasts. And I do have a mission this morning. I'm delivering some zines that someone bought or was interested in at one of the last art shows. So I'm dropping them off at the West Salem Public House, and then I'm gonna grab a coffee too. Fiver's pooping. We come prepared. So that's the morning duty and the morning duty. I've timed this perfectly, so I'm starting just as Thomas is getting home. Hey.
Hello.
You're on film. Did you show anyone your bruise? May I see what it looks like today? There's the stained glass seaweed. You like that color?
Stained grass.
Alright, I'm actually going to talk to the camera in the other room. Do you mind if I sit in here and talk for a minute?
Are you so embarrassed you kicked the dog out?
No, I said Thomas is prepping dinner and I'm embarrassed, so that's why I'm in here. But I'll make this kind of brief, but I just wanted to touch base. I said like a little bit. It's been a busy last couple months. I started a new job, and even though it's just part-time, it has kind of reconfigured what my days look like, and so I've just had to reprioritize stuff. The good news is I'm still making time for art, but the art has to be made during a very specific time. So I'll put on the screen maybe a couple of projects I have been working on. I haven't done any sort of painting on clothing or gouache painting, that sort of thing. What do you call that? Tactile, real life artwork. It's all been graphic, but I've been having a lot of fun with that and feel like I am getting to a point where I feel really comfortable navigating in the digital media world a little bit, to the point where I'm now reaching out to, and had actually one person reach out to me about doing some graphic design, logo design. So that's been really enjoyable. I did have the opportunity to set up as a vendor in a semi-local shop, but it wasn't, I think I decided against it, and it's not that I didn't love the venue or the storefront. I'm just taking a break, I think, from taking a moment to think about what I want my life as an artist to look like. And right now that means no art fairs, art shows, really pausing on production and thinking about how can I spend my time as an artist more efficiently, and also how can I make it more enjoyable for me. You know, not necessarily creating for the next art fair or creating to sell something, but creating for my own joy. And then also at the same time, making myself marketable. So instead of just trying to figure out, like, I may enjoy creating something, but if I can't turn it into a sticker, or if it can't be printed on just standard paper, or if it's not reproducible, then I don't want to spend all of my time doing that sort of thing. So all of that to say, I'm taking a break on art fairs this summer. I did apply for the Ardmore Art Walk in November, and I heard about another really cool one that happens in Saxapahaw in the winter. So going forward, I'm going to try to be more intentional about the ones that I apply to. In the past, I just apply to whatever ones come across my doorstep, whichever ones I see or get offered to me. I want to be more intentional intentional about seeking out ones that would be a good fit for me, I would be a good fit for them, and maybe expand my perimeter. So I think those are most of my thoughts on that. The only other thing I really wanted to do was kind of touch on the last art fair I did and the last art show. I really loved the art fair that we did with Alice, the Encompass art sale. So much fun. I don't think I got a ton of clips from that, but I just did like a really pared back setup. There was like music, really wonderful vendors, from high school ceramicists to people who had dyed things, printmakers, glass throwers, glass makers, some really, really cool stuff. New faces and old faces. Really enjoyed that. And then the last kind of art show I did was with Atwell and Ford. That was a really cool event. They brought in probably, I'm gonna guess, like 10 different artists, local artists, and set up in this really big, beautiful home. They kind of gave us each a corner in the house to set up our stuff. That was really fun because I could pull out some paintings that I haven't really showed before. I have dragged them to a few art fairs, but it's just not the same as having it hung in a home and displayed in like beautiful light amongst beautiful things. So that was cool. I got some really good feedback. Something nice about that is it was catered. We didn't have to like man our booths, so people could kind of mill about, interact with your work, but you didn't have to stand there. You could come and touch base with your table and connect with people. But it was cool because usually at art fairs you can't really talk with other artists, but here I was able to sit down and visit with people whose work I admire and who I admire as people, and just visit with them, as well as visit with our host, and just the interactions I had with the clientele or the visitors or the guests, I guess, was just a different sort of dialogue then. It just felt less transactional. It was more like there was more curiosity, just like a more natural dialogue, I guess. I didn't sell very much, if anything, but it was just cool being in a new space. It felt very casual and formal at the same time. Anyways, that was a lot of fun, and those were the last clips I got. So going forward, I'm not really sure what this video is going to look like. I'll probably put a warning somewhere that it's chit-chatty, because it's going to be chit-chatty. I think I'm working as usual this week. There's a couple of projects I want to do. Tomorrow I thought it'd be fun. I haven't read a ton, but there are a handful of books I want to kind of sit down and talk about briefly. Nothing as in-depth as my review of Demon Copperhead, but just kind of review and talk about what I've liked or not liked. I've actually enjoyed, spoiler, I've enjoyed everything I've read. What was I going to look up? Oh, crumbl. Thought maybe tomorrow we could do a crumbl visit and a book review in the parking lot, per tradition. Let's see what they have. Ooh. Cookie flavors: milk chocolate chip, wedding cake, peanut butter blossom, galaxy brownie, that looks amazing, fruit pizza, that looks disgusting, and classic pink sugar. So maybe we can do that tomorrow morning. And then I've got some, it's kind of embarrassing, but I made a couple of shirts for, it's cool, at my new workplace for the Pride Day. We had like a big parade downtown, and our employer said we could wear Pride gear. And normally we wear a branded shirt, but we could wear any shirt. So I took advantage of that and made a Snoopy Woodstock bootleg t-shirt with them holding the progressive pride flag. And then on the back I put a quote by Bayard Rustin about how every community needs a group of angelic troublemakers. All of that to say that I totally messed up and realized that I put the flag upside down, and I gifted one to our next door neighbor. So I just touched base with them today. I was really horrified and embarrassed. They were really understanding. They actually didn't even notice, but I offered to make one with the proper flag and they said sure. So I want to make them a new one. I want to fix mine, make a new one for me. I also thought it'd be fun to do a giveaway with them, because I bought new shirts today, but they came in packs of 5. I thought, well, I'm at it, I might as well draw on these other ones and then do a giveaway. I also would really love to do kind of a closet clean out, like a garage sale, but on Instagram. Those are kind of the things I want to work on. So I've been chatting a lot already. We'll cut this off here, and I will check in with you all tomorrow for our crumbl book review. Cheers to being back, and I'm gonna head to work. blend in with the walls. All right, we're heading out. I have my books. Can you guess what time crumbl opens? They open at 8 a.m. That's how we know God exists. I'm gonna head out now. I need to both get a balloon for my dad's birthday celebration tonight, and then we'll do crumbl cookies. I also need laundry detergent. I don't know if I'll grab that now or not. I'll probably save that for another errand, but I wanted to show my OOTD. Got this hat from Gap, this romper from Everlane via Poshmark. Oh, which reminds me I need to send out a jacket I sold. So I'll grab that from the basement. And then my favorite ever Doc Marten sandals. I'm gonna go grab that jacket and then we'll hit the road. I'm gonna grab a coffee too, I think, while I'm out there. I saw this one called blueberry cobbler at Dunkin', so we might go grab that. Blueberry cobs. We've made it to Dunkin'. I just picked up some photos that span a long time, maybe a year. I don't know. Thomas has a full head of hair and also a shaved head in some of these. And a few from my trip to Houston.
Sorry, Data. Would you like sauce caramel burger?
No thanks. I've got a mobile order for.
Any medium hot decaf latte?
Actually, the mobile order for Care.
Oh, Care Bear.
Yes. No. Let me check real quick.
Because sometimes it'll do that. It'll make you think it went through and then it don't go through.
It didn't go through.
It went through?
It did not go through. I forgot to hit place order. I'll put it in and pull in. I'll head inside in just a couple minutes. All right, thank you.
No problem.
This looks creamy. Oh shoot, I just remembered I have a, what day is it? I've got a couple days. I've got a free drink at McDonald's. So it's got blueberry shot, buttercream swirl, cream, and then the salted cream cold foam. Whew! That's very sweet. I thought they were gonna hit me. It does taste like cobbler though. Yum. I'm not really a like fruit and coffee kind of gal. This blueberry just, it tastes like a blueberry donut. All right, we're gonna drop off this package, pick up our balloon, and then go to crumbl. I don't even know what I'm listening to. The balloon has been picked up. A lot bigger than I realized. It says it's my birthday, it's all about me. All right, let's do this real quick. I think the last book review I did dragged on way too long. I'm gonna try to do it in less than 5 minutes. And then we'll try the cookies. I don't know, let's just go ahead and try a cookie. We got the, I don't even know the flavors. Wedding cake, chocolate chip, Galaxy Cosmic brownie, and a peanut butter one. Oh, they're already kind of melting because I've been in this hot car. We'll start with the Galaxy cookie because that's the one I'm most excited about. It's already breaking. As we've established, crumbl cookies are indeed crumbly. This looks like a brownie batter cookie with that great, what is it called? Like fudge frosting with the sheen on it and the sprinkles, which look not unlike the ones from the Little Debbie cakes. That's good. It does taste very much like a brownie, kind of brownie batter because it's so doughy. Oh, I know my cheeks are gonna get so red because it's already starting to get hot in here. We'll see if the balloon pops. All right, let's jump into it. The first book I read is by Otessa Moshfegh. It's lapvona. And yeah, this is the one I most recently read. It's very controversial. It was described as, I read somewhere, as gloomy medieval horror. And it was absolutely disgusting. This was the first thing I ever read of hers. It was recommended to me by my neighbor librarian friend, Ashley. Shout out to you, Ashley. And it was disgusting. I found, it was cool because it wasn't like super graphic. Very minimalist, cut back, pared down language. But my lip was literally curling in parts. But very captivating. Like, I really enjoyed it. I read it in maybe 2 or 3 days. Just a brief synopsis as it follows a poor shepherd boy in this fictional fiefdom somewhere in Eastern Europe, and it kind of talks about the question of, oh, I just got paid for something. How far separated are we from the animal kingdom? And
how thin is the veil between, I think I'm actually pulling this directly from the synopsis that I read at the beginning, but how thin is the veil between natural world and the spiritual one, between order and chaos, between being animals and humans, between good and bad, all those sorts of things. So I really like that one. Would recommend. I actually would recommend all of these. The next one, this was The Book of Goose by Yun Lee. This one and The Rabbit Hutch were both I found on like a New Yorker Best Reads of 2022. Also, first book I read of hers. It follows, it's kind of the same setup as a couple of other books that I read, but it starts with a death. It follows two best friends, Fabienne and Agnes, and it starts with the death of one of the friends and then kind of goes back in time and revisits their childhood as poor peasant French girls and how their decisions led to drastically different outcomes in their lives. What I really liked about this book was the writing. Very visual, artsy, a lot of symbolism. It just felt like a painting. And it was also so evocative. Is that a word? It made me think of my childhood. Like, it brought back emotions and feelings and thoughts that made me feel like I was a 12, 13, 11-year-old. Also, like, a fairly quick read. I will say it kind of like petered out. Let's try a cookie. Let's do the wedding cake. This is the one I'm least excited about. It's got a raspberry and vanilla swirl, little white chocolate beads, and vanilla bean cookie. Look at that. I really love how doughy their cookies are. You hanging in there, balloon? That's good. I like the raspberry. So much sugar, and I'm out of water. I'm having deja vu. Just wash it down with this sugar coffee. All right, next one is actually, I read this one audiobook, but I got a hard copy for the visual. It's The Great Believers by Rebecca Mackay. I'm not sure who recommended this one or where I heard about it. I'm really glad I read it. It's very on theme for it being Pride Week. It does follow a group of really close-knit gay friends in Chicago during the 80s, during peak AIDS crisis. And it pops between that story and then also connects modern day, a storyline happening in modern day Paris. And the two stories are intertwined. I read some complaints that some people liked one storyline more than the other. I didn't feel that way. I really did enjoy both storylines. It was very epic and expansive. It just read kind of like a classic novel. You really get to know the characters, follow them through their journey, get emotionally invested. Yeah, I did. I've heard it very emotional for people to read. People cry while I read it. I did not cry. Maybe that's because I was listening to audiobook. Maybe it's because I have no heart. But also, like this Book of Goose, this also starts with the death of a beloved friend and kind of backtracks a little bit and follows post-death and also goes back to pre-death, which is kind of a hard thing to do, to keep people invested when they know the ending or kind of know the outcome. But Mackay managed to do it. And last but not least, let's try one more cookie. This is the peanut butter one. Peanut butter, I will say, I don't know who hurt me as a child, but I've never been a fan. It's kind of reminding me of the peanut butter cookie with the Hershey Kiss in the middle. Not a fan of those. I love peanut butter. This looks like it's got like a sprinkling of sugar, fudge icing, a really nice crisp edge. Yeah, that's good. We'll do a little dippy action. Get some of that fudge. That's yummy. All right, last but not least, probably this and lapvona are my favorites between these four that I read. I don't know, I love them all. The Rabbit Hutch. No, I did not just pick it because I love the cover. Oh, did I do that? Don't dog ear your books, kids. Really, really love this one. Also similar to the other books. It doesn't start with a death, but it starts, you know, something terrible is about to happen, and then it rewinds. I will say it took me a while to get into, but once I was in it, I was in it. It takes place in a fictional town in the Midwest, kind of like a booming automotive industry town that is now a ghost town, or not a ghost town, there are people living there, but it's just poor. And it focuses on a like government subsidized living, how do you call it, low income housing. apartment complex called the Rabbit Hutch, and kind of dapples in some of the lives of residents there, but then focuses on a group of 4, and within that group of 4, a particular character. Really love the prose. I've heard it criticized as being quirky, over the top, kind of showy, but I loved it. Really just like lines that you enjoy so much you read them again and again. Like, wow, how did they come up with that? Or that's so clever, or that's just an enjoyable sentence to read, let me read it again. It is heavy. Out of all, I mean, all of these have things that probably, I think, yeah, all of them have trigger warning material. This one was probably the most difficult to read. I don't know what the official trigger warning labels would be, but something along the lines of harming children, sexual abuse, those sorts of themes are in here. So if you're sensitive to that, I would not read this. It reminded me a lot of Everything Everywhere All at Once, where things just feel like they're not really cohesive, but at the same time, there are moments where you pan out and see how it's all working together. There are characters, it's funny, goofy, and also very dark, or like very esoteric moments where I'm like, how does the author know this much about this topic? And then moments where, yeah, like I said, it's just goofy and comical. Overall, I really enjoyed it. Yeah, it's kind of anticlimactic, but those are the 4 books I'm reading. I'm kind of in search for what to read next. I don't really have anything on a list, so if you have any recommendations, let me know. Damn it, it's been 15 minutes. I was gonna keep this short. I'll try this last cookie, although we've had it before. It's the chocolate chip. Kind of just want to be like an animal and eat just the top of it like this. Am I a terrible person? I like this one. I know Thomas doesn't like it because it's milk chocolate. Give him milk chocolate all day, every day. And dark, but milk's the way. The cheeks are red. The balloon has not popped. Not my favorite crumbl run. Not terrible cookies. And what else can I say about them? My favorite would be the Cosmic Brownie. I always get chocolate on me. Hi, it's now July 1st, and I've just been editing the video, and it's already very long. So I'm gonna be cutting it off here and then working. I'm wearing the shirt today with the upside down flag. I'm going to cut it off here, but I thought it'd be fun to, I'm making a decaf coffee for an afternoon walk with Fiverr. There's a storm rolling in, so I'm trying to get her outside one more time before, please hold, before the storm rolls in. I have decaf coffee, and then I got this banana chocolate milk that I want to try in the coffee. We'll see how it goes. Let's try it out together. This is the only brand of decaf coffee I've been able to find, and I really like it. It's got like a nice strong flavor. I also have banana pudding ice cream in here. There's a theme. This is the banana milk. Oh, this is plant-based? I thought this was real milk. Real milk. What is in here? Oh, it's made with bananas? Oh, okay. Banana milk. I guess that's why it's called banana milk. Your little mocha. And then, I guess this is kind of uneventful because you can't really see what I'm doing. But this is the cold foam we're adding. This is what we're working with. I've inspired her to drink her own decaf. This is not bad. Alright, Fiverr's ready for her walk. Alright, I guess I'm gonna cut the video off here. Thank you so much for watching and spending this time with me. I hope you're well. And I'll see you in the next video. Hopefully there'll be some fun shirt painting, shirt drawing, and more things than just me talking. Just me catching up on months of lost time. All right, I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. He was just thinking people, these sheeple, no efficiency.
Look at all these great fishes.
You're gonna think everyone's annoyed when you're waiting tables.
And they will be. Is this your first time here since they reopened?
No,
Okay.
Sorry, Jerome. You get
No,
my
you're good.
feet for a second. I'm not gonna get anyone's face but David's. David, you're going on YouTube.
On YouTube. It's your time.
It's your time to shine. I'll put your handle on the bottom of the screen. Oh.
There it is.
A work lunch, a good time. Happy birthday